Hey kiddo, I just wanted to make you a video letting you know I do care very much about you. Um, I'm trying very hard to watch what I say. Whoever this gentleman is, I'm pretty sure it's an ex of yours at this point that is very angry that you care about me. The reason I say that is this is obviously the same person that was harassing me in the first place that you claimed to not know who they were. And I actually might believe you. I actually might believe you that you don't know who they are, but they certainly do know who you are, and I'm pretty sure you know who they are by now. Um, Essentially, what I want to say is, don't let somebody keep you from, talking to me. Maybe I was a little bit overzealous to think you could teach me a math class for an hour. And I didn't think that through all the way. I learned quite a bit about autism just for you. And I do understand about selective mutism, and I do understand your trouble talking to boys, including me. I guess that's a way of putting it. I'm not really a boy, and you're not really a girl anymore. You're more like a hot woman, but that's not the point. My point is that I genuinely do care about you. I also know that I remember in the past you had stated that you didn't think you were worth my time, and you have stated that both publicly and privately. Now, at the time, I had thought that was just your way of letting me down easily. I don't think that. I think that you have a lower sense of self worth than I would suspect you would, being that you've accomplished so much in your life despite everything, that you're really a brilliant young lady. You are very brilliant and you're very accomplished and you have a lot to be proud of, but I didn't consider the fact until I started learning about autism like a maniac, because I wanted you in my life, and I figured the only way to do that was to try and understand you and where you're coming from. Um, I wish I could help your lower sense of self worth, and I don't know how to do that, but because you are, to me, you're a wonderful person. And you have to understand whether you think you're worth my time or not. That's not up to you. It's up to me who's worth my time. And I've always considered you highly worth my time. Okay? I understand that people make mistakes, Eliana. And I understand, and this is what you have to understand. I am really proud of you that you handled this nonsense as well as you did, especially considering, your issues with social stuff. You know what I mean? You handled this all very well. You managed to not destroy my feelings. Okay? And you could have out of anger or out of frustration destroyed me. And you could have. Now, I'm not going to say we're soulmates or true loves or anything like that because I don't believe in that nonsense. I do think that you do, and I'm not belittling you for believing in it. I'm just not somebody that believes in that sort of thing. But what I will say is it's kind of hard to get closer than that than you and I. You have two people that care so much about one another that they cannot do anything to hurt the other one. Okay? We've worked very hard at not hurting the other one. Maybe it's time we work harder at communicating with one another. Okay? I don't know why you turned down the math class. It might be because you don't want to talk to me, and that might be the case, and that's fine. I would just appreciate you telling me that. I adore you, Eliana. You know I have. Okay? I've thought about you a lot over the years, obviously. And I care about you a great deal. And this, if you want to know who's not worth your time, it's this gentleman that does nothing but harass me. The reason I know it's the same guy is because it's the same crap. They even went back to saying they will welcome me properly, gringo. They will welcome me properly, essay. Well, I don't think they used essay yet, but they went back to gringo. Gringo, 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 gringo. And that's fine. I mean, I don't feel threatened at all by them because I know they're a pathetic weakling. If they weren't, they wouldn't be running their mouth on the internet. They'd be getting a plane ticket up to the United States. and they're just a pathetic weakling that can't deal with the fact. My guess is that you told them that I'm better than them, or something of that nature, or that you care about me, or you refuse to hurt me. I know you probably told them that because they probably said, well, why don't you tell James this, 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 and this? And you said no. And I understand why you lied to me about having the child. Okay, when I look at the whole picture, you have to understand, when I went on Facebook, it was quite shocking. Okay, and I do understand why you didn't tell me when I was in such a bad state. You knew I was very emotionally distraught because I wanted nothing more than to be with you. I wanted nothing more than to come down, be with you. I can't help blaming myself and thinking that if I got down there a few months earlier when I should have, instead of going to my friends, because what happened is my ex-girlfriend had kicked me out because she didn't like that I was interested in you. And then I had to go down to Georgia with a friend of mine who basically decided to take most of my money for rent, and then he became so obnoxious I couldn't even stay there, so I had to come back here and move in with another friend of mine. And eventually I couldn't deal with her shenanigans. So eventually I did end up back with my ex. Now I do have my own place, thank goodness. But I didn't want to have my own place here. I wanted to have my own place with you in Argentina. And that was the plan. And unfortunately, I didn't make the plan happen. And if it's anybody's fault that things are the way they are, it's my fault for not coming down when I should have come down. There are some positives, though. I mean, the positives are, you know that I love you no matter what, that I accept you exactly the way that you are, that I accept the situation exactly the way that it is. My ex-girlfriend's alive because I came back. She would not be alive if I didn't come back, so that's definitely a positive. She's still breathing and alive, and she's actually okay with me pursuing you, even though she was very hateful for a very long time about the situation. Um, Look, you just need to know that if you want me in your life, you have to tell me. I understand it's difficult. I understand that you have impediments to your ability to do that. And I hope I'm helping by explaining things the way I am. I hope I'm not hurting the situation. You know that I love you, okay? And yeah, I'm still saying things in the comments section because this guy won't shut his trap. Okay, that's what it boils down to. I'm going to continue saying the things that I'm saying in the comments section if this gentleman keeps up. Okay. Now, I remember that you did tell him to leave me alone, years ago at this point. I would really like you in my life, Eliana. And I'm pretty sure you would like me in your life. And I really think that you shouldn't let somebody like this dictate who you have in your life. Okay? I really care about you. I thought about you a lot over the years here. You know what I mean? I didn't stop caring about you. I didn't stop wanting to be with you. And of course, when I went on Facebook and saw how different you behave now and things like that, you have to understand this is all surface behavior. It never bothered me. Like, remember when I used to tell you to please stop pretending to be white? You're not white. Stop it. Well, it's the same thing. Like you just, that's all. I understand that there's a real Eliana underneath all of that. And that real Eliana is the Eliana that I want to see. You've only showed her to me a little bit. I want to see all of her. Literally, I want to see all of her. But that's for, after we meet and, private time. Now, I'm joking, of course. I really care about you. I hope you take into consideration what I'm saying. I hope you take into consideration that this guy should not be dictating who you see, who's in your life. It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. Even if he's your child's father, it doesn't matter. He's a prick. Okay? You don't remember when you were telling everybody how you like bad boys, and I told you don't want bad boys. You want somebody that will take care of you, that will love you. You remember that? That was actually before I was actively pursuing you to procreate with. And the thing is, we really do care about each other. If we didn't care about each other, this would be a completely different situation. And, I would be doing much worse if you didn't care about me. And I know you care about me. And I appreciate that you care about me. How you care about me, I don't really know. Okay. And like I said, you don't have to teach me a math class. Maybe you could just say hi to me. You have my email. You could just say hi. I would appreciate that. Just say, hola, James. I'm just joking. You don't have to say hola. You can say hello. I'm bilingual with that now. Just joking. My Spanish is still absolutely terrible despite how hard I try to learn it. I need a Spanish tutor. Anyway, if you want me to give up, just say James, give up. Because honestly, I might have to give up if you don't let me know what's going on. Okay, I really love you. That's not a lie. I'm not exaggerating. I'm obviously not as crazy as this person that's harassing me. And I'm sorry if you took anything I've said as harassment or anything like that. I apologize. It was never meant to be taken that way. I'm sorry I was so shocked with Facebook, with your persona on Facebook. I know that there's a real you, and I know that the real you and the real me. Well, you already know the real me because I don't hide anything, but you already know. I think you know that you and I would get along very well, and I think that the main reason we would get along very well is how much we care about each other. We do genuinely care about each other, okay? And I know that, I'm not exactly what you might be looking for, okay? That's not the point. And the thing is, I'm going to leave a link in the description that I want you to follow. I think you're a fan of Frasier, if I remember correctly. I know I'm a fan of Frasier. It's the joke when I told you to only go after nice guys that will take care of you. Anyway, just keep in mind how much I adore you. And this guy gets crazed when I say these things. So yes, you will always be my little Incan princess. And you better hurry though, because apparently, from what I'm finding on Tinder, there's a lot of young Peruvian girls in my area. And you know my view on Incans. You know what I'm talking about, yeah. So please, if you want me in your life, say James, hello. Just say hello. That's all I need is for you to say hello. I love you a lot, Eliana. I wish this guy wasn't such a prick, but apparently he is. And what he needs to know is the reason he's not in your life is not because of me. It's because of him. And if he is in your life, the only reason why is because he has inserted himself in your life. You know I love you. You know I care about you. And you know that everything this guy is saying about me he's saying because it's really about him. So keep in mind how much I love you. And I will change the way I react to things entirely. I've reacted wrongly the entire time. After I saw that you had a child, it entirely changed the way that I will react to everything. For the child's sake, and for your sake, and for the fact that I had to take into consideration you did all this with with the autism. You handled all of this complex stuff, this complex social stuff, without upsetting me. Well, not upsetting me any more than I already was, and without causing any big problems, at least not for me. I hope your life is okay. And I do. I accept your situation, and I accept you exactly the way that you are. You don't have to, alter yourself in any way. I've always said that. I accept you exactly the way that you are. I genuinely care about you, and I love you. And that's all you need to know for right now. If you want to know more, please start talking to me. Love you, kiddo.